Right, see, they're here on time this time. I like that guy Ark and Greg. So hopefully there's no issues this time.
They were here at the same exact time, in sync. I like it.
So we honestly we could just pick up where we left off before. But I don't mean like obviously we're gonna this would be easy for you guys to because we wouldn't start in the middle of the show. What we're trying to say is we started this before. We only got two matches in. We're restarting it, and now I'm just completely lost. But
Okay, yeah.
anyways,
So we're basically just starting this over again. So we're gonna review this show no matter what. All right, no matter what happens.
this is a
And this is Wrassle
WrestleMania review
Graps.
all
This is
over again.
Wrassle Graps, and I'm Vincent. Well, nice to meet you.
And I am stressed, and I'm also Chris. Hi.
Yeah, he's Stress Chris, and we're here, Wrassle Graps, like you know, and we're reviewing All Out, the best pay per view of all time, and that's really where we're at. So let's go over the matches, I guess.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off with Miro and Eddie Kingston. Um, what is there to say here besides hard hitting, awesome opener between two very good talents?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's really all you can say, honestly, because they are not afraid to go after each other at all, just with everything. These two dudes just kind of hate each other with everything in the book. Like, I think this probably was my favorite like Eddie Kingston match that he's had. And I mean, he had that good match against Cody. That's what I would compare it against, kind of, because when he came in the first time, I was like, oh shit, this dude's fucking amazing against Cody. John Moxley match was cool too, I guess, but I mean, I felt like this was his best match because I like Miro, I like him, and they were just on hitting on all cylinders. Is kind of what I would say.
This was a match where I felt he had most of a chance of winning, so I could see why it'd be more interesting than those matches.
Yeah, I do agree. He was not going to be Cody on that night. But yeah, I do think Eddie Kingston's a fucking amazing entertainer as well. I think that he always kills it on the mic. He's always great. Just in general in the ring. Like I always see him in the ring. He has the best like move set out of some of the people in AEW. He just knows when to hit a move, when to do it. Like he's just great. And Miro just has the fucking best Twitter game I've ever seen in my entire life, as well as he cuts some entertaining promos.
He
Like his
does.
mic work's not solid, but he's fucking entertaining as shit to listen to,
He's
as
got
well
a
as
good.
entertaining to watch.
He's got a good formula of saying he's got his favorite champion, and also saying he's going to have sex with his wife when he gets home.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck, man. He was like, everything right off the book. He's gonna be like, I jerk off 18 times a day. You already know. Like that's just kind of the type of guy he is. He'll just
I
say
mean,
what he's doing
clearly, this type of
every
guy
damn
doesn't
day.
have to.
He doesn't have to jerk. He just fucking asks his wife. He's like, yeah, you want to fuck? She's like, oh, I'm down. She'll redeem his nuts when he gets home, is what I read on Twitter. So that's gonna happen. And yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. But the real synopsis of the match or summary or whatever is hard hitting motherfuckers, hard hitting each other, and Miro retained the title, which was the right choice. Because yeah, honestly, Eddie Kingston shouldn't take the title off of him right now. It's not the right time. So
Yeah, no. I mean, the real takeaway from this match is I want to be Miro when I grow up. So,
that is true. I do want to be Miro when I grow up.
I mean, he just seems like he has it all made for him. I like it. If I could be
That is
Miro
true.
now, I would be Miro now, actually.
Successful Twitch streamer. I mean, what kind of things can't this man do? Really,
What doesn't this man have? I mean, come on. The
honestly,
physique, the haircut. I mean, look, Miro,
he
Miro number
changed
one.
his he changed his whole ass lifestyle, and it's really working for him.
Yeah. Honestly, if there wasn't the whole show to review, just be an hour of putting up for Miro. That's all it would be.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to see Eddie Kingston in like a much more prominent position on AEW Dynamite. I feel like him being behind John Moxley on the recent episodes hasn't been like where I want him to be. I want him to be like on his own, killing people with on the mic, killing people in the ring, just going crazy up and down the card. But hopefully it does happen because I think with the new talent that's coming in as well, I think this man can have so many great feuds, and I just want to see them all. So
Yeah, and I think the fact that he didn't lose clean here is a very good way to kind of have him go forward, but not lose too much momentum from a loss.
yeah, for sure, I do think that. All right, the
So,
next match on the show, what would that be, Chris?
so here's my thing before we get into that. I love the
Oh,
fact
gotcha.
that from least to best, It's my three favorite matches on this entire card, back to back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's it goes honestly. It goes number three, Mox versus Kojima, then Statlander versus Baker, and then Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks.
Oh, okay, I see. I thought you. Okay, yeah, I get it.
I mean, I love Moxley, Kojima, but I'll be honest here, they weren't better than those two matches, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll get to all those things later, though.
All right, so Moxley versus Kojima. Again, two hard hitting boys doing hard hitting boy things for about 20 minutes, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I just want to see more of this type of match. Like that's just all I want to see. I want to see two hard hitting motherfuckers going in there and just not being pussies. I just want to see them go in there and hit each other as hard as possible and have a great fucking match, just with story and whatnot. I just think that would be awesome. Not even this one was just a fun little match. Okay, a fun little match to have for fun, and it led to something extremely cool at the end. And that's really all you really need. And that's what this was.
Moxley, he gets an awesome win. Kojima gets a bigger fan base, and honestly, you can't beat that. You really can't.
Yeah, I guess you
Uh,
can't. Definitely didn't know who Kojima was until he wrestled Moxley. To be honest with you, so I do. I was impressed. I was definitely impressed.
Now he's added to one of my favorite strikers to watch in a match. So that's something.
Yeah. Here's the thing about me looking back at like other people wrestling. I usually tell myself I'm gonna go look at their matches and never look at them ever. So I think
I
that's
mean,
just how I am. But
even if you don't though, like if they ever announce like another Kojima match, like I'll be like right there ready to watch it, and I'll be excited for it.
yeah, I see that. I see that. Yo, I wish I watched the AAA show the other week. I forgot when that was, but yeah, I
Oh, the
wish I would watch that.
Andrade Omega one.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I still have to watch it. I'm pretty sure I can. So yeah,
Well, getting back to this show, after the Mox victory, get an awesome surprise, one of many tonight. Minoru Suzuki comes out, and these two guys get in the ring with each other and just start beating the hell out of each other for a solid 2 minutes, and it's amazing. And I just love the fact that I'm just basically just saying what I said last time, but you guys didn't know that.
hey, look, we're both saying it in like shorter sentences. That's how it's going right now. We're
No,
just
my
saying what we
thing,
were saying before, but it's way shorter.
I'm pretty sure what I just said was like word for word exactly what I said last time.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I mean, I guess it could be. But basically, yeah, like you just said it right there. What this was. I mean, he came out. This is a huge moment because honestly, it was a surprise and special moment. Like that's what it was. Because a lot of things we have seen recently, like CM Punk and one, we know that's gonna happen. Right? We know this is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. People know about it, but we don't know who's gonna show up from New Japan. We don't know. And Suzuki is one of the biggest names from New Japan to pop on over to AEW television, and I think that's gonna be absolutely amazing. And I think that they can utilize the New Japan partnership for a lot more shit like this, where maybe let's just say Kenny Omega's in the ring and Okada comes out. Boom, they can have a match on a pay per view later on. Like you can utilize this to form some dream matches and have a little bit of fun. And I think that's something that other companies don't really focus on too much. So I definitely think that could be really important, a really important thing going moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. And other important things to talk about. This Wednesday, we're getting Moxley versus Suzuki on Dynamite, and I cannot wait for that.
It
I
should be a banger.
I usually don't watch Dynamite live. I usually just watch it like the day after. But I might have to do it just for this
It
one
should,
time.
it should be absolutely incredible. Honestly, I just want to see them beat each other. That's all I want to see.
I'm just gonna kick all
And
types of ass, and I love it.
they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. I mean, I know they've had a match before. I just want to see this one specifically, and then I want to see the other one later. And that's just how I'm gonna do it.
Right. So moving along, it's officially new territory for us. We did not get to the third match on this show before we
Thank God
stopped
you're gonna be
last
hearing.
time.
You're gonna be hearing some. Or we're gonna be feeling like we're talking about some fresh shit now. Thank God.
Yeah, no, we don't have to, because I'm just basically sitting here just reiterating what I said last time. Now I can get new
Yeah.
stuff out there. And I don't have to be like, oh boy, this is just the same thing from before.
It feels super awkward when you just have to repeat yourself, kind of, and just and no one knows about it except you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just happy we didn't get further because, like, how I said that I was just reiterating the same thing from before. I would have pointed that out after every single match until it stopped happening.
Well, we would be at that point. I feel like we would just have to go back. I think we would just go back a match on that. That's really what we do.
At that point, yeah, thankfully, we didn't get far enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So next up, we get Statlander versus Britt Baker, and a very good match between these two.
Yeah, I thought this kicked ass because I'm a big fan of Chris Statlander, and I just think that whatever she does is really good. And Britt Baker, whatever she does recently, has been good. She's been solid. She's been improving. Because I remember the first time I saw her, I was like, "Why is she? Why is she so important?" Like I was just like, "There's nothing really good about her. Like her in ring wasn't solid. Her on the mic, I didn't know anything about that." And she has grew into her own character with her own posse, with her own great wrestling moveset, and she's just able to pull everything off super smoothly now. And I think whatever Chris Statlander does, he's just polished and just clean. So I knew it was gonna be a banger of a match, and it just was. You know, I think the only little thing I was thinking about was at the end of it was like how Bigger won the match and what was happening with Chris Statlander outside the ring, and I was just a little bit iffy about it, but I was still cool with it.
I mean, I didn't mind the outside of the ring stuff. I can understand like the inside, like the ending where Britt's just hitting all of her moves and Chris Statlander just kicks out of all of them because that doesn't make her moveset look that great. But
That's
you
why I
know,
was a little iffy about it. I was a little like I was like kind of confused, kind of not confused. But I was really like cool with it because I was like, look, if this is gonna be part of her character, like, because what happened on Dynamite was that she got attacked by Nyla Rose and still won the match. So if her character is she's an alien who is strong, I mean, cool, I guess.
I mean, you can't really tell that story because she then tapped out, which is arguably worse than just taking the pinfall loss.
Well, tapping out is just like kind of torture that you can't get out of. So
I mean,
like she at
sort
least
of.
get out of a pin. She could at least get out of a pin. If you're stuck in a position, I don't think it really matters. You know.
Well, I mean, the idea of being banned is that you're knocked out and you can't kick out or just too out of it to do it. But when you're in
I don't know.
submission,
I
you're
feel like
very, very knowingly giving up. And I feel like that's more embarrassing.
yeah, I guess. I guess.
I don't know. I just feel like she maybe should have took the curb stomp and lost there. I don't think the lock chop should have been the end.
Should- possibly. Yeah. I do feel that too. Honestly, I didn't have too much of a problem with it, but I just gotta discuss it here for the sake of it.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't ruin anything for me. I'm just saying, like, I thought that was a bit of an odd choice to go with that way of doing it.
Yeah, I want her to hold the belt in a while though. Like I want Chris Statlander to eventually hold that championship.
Eventually, she could. You could run this back like a year from now or a couple months from now,
Yeah,
and you could do that. It'll work.
yeah, yeah. We'll talk more about this women's division later on in this review because I've got some stuff to say. I guess.
I know the Casino Battle Royale. We'll get to it,
Mhm.
but for now, we get to move on to an Andrade interview. It's basically confirming that we will get the pack match on Rampage, which should be good. And he asked Chavo, "Hey Chavo, do you know anything about this whole travel issues thing?" And Chavo made himself look incredibly guilty, either intentionally or unintentionally. I couldn't tell.
It was definitely intentional. Well, I mean, unintentional. It was kind of. It was intentional. Yeah.
He said, "Chavo, is that you?" And it's just like 2 minutes of awkward silence, and he goes, "What? Me? No, man, that could have been anybody. Why is it gotta be me? That could have been anyone."
Yeah. He was like, I don't even have the phone number of American Airlines. But how would I know that he was even on American Airlines, you know?
And just terrible liar. It's Chavo.
Yeah, very, very bad at lying. They still want to recruit the Lucha Brothers, but the Lucha Brothers are not into that idea, so they're kind of mad. They're still kind of pissed about that. And I mean, I don't know what they expect, really.
Honestly, I know we thought previously that Lucha Bros would turn on Pac after this show, but I don't see that happening considering how this match ended, the next one. But we'll
I
talk about
think
this
Death
then.
Triangle could be big if they just kind of let it happen.
I think honestly, at some point, you could have Pac be the guy that beats Miro if you want to, some point down the line.
Yeah, Pac's been killing it for a long time. I'm down with that, honestly.
Yeah.
It could be anybody though. It could be anybody. I mean, there's a lot of good mid card talent that could just do that. Sammy Guevara for one could do it. Darby Allin could do it.
For now.
I mean, Darby Allin just had it, but I mean, he could do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a long time off Miro losing, but I don't know. I think I'd like to see back to it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So next up, my match of the night, because of course it was the Bucks versus the Lucha Bros in the steel cage.
I think
This
this
was
is
just,
everyone's match of the night. Honestly, I mean, why wouldn't it be?
I mean, look, from the moment the Lucha Bros did their awesome entrance, bro, I knew for a fact it was gonna be amazing.
Is Ruckus the guy that does the hook?
He might be, which would make sense because he
I
was the
feel
guy.
like, yeah, I feel like that's Ruckus.
He was the guy doing the less cool part.
I thought that was a cool part. Yo, shut the fuck up about Ruckus, man. I thought that was actually dope, dude. I thought it was kind of fucking dope.
This came in there, though. The other guy was rapping in Spanish. It was impressive. I mean, look, I know I didn't know what he was saying, or, it's probably easier because he speaks Spanish, but also it was more impressive.
Yeah, you just want to hate on Ruckus, man. I know you. I know you.
Like, I'm just saying, man, his music isn't that great, okay? I'm just putting it out there.
I'm just, dude. This was a banger. I can't know. This is a banger. I'm not gonna do my boy like that. He's not even my boy. I don't even know this motherfucker. But I'm not gonna do him like that. No.
I'm just saying, man, like,
Put some
if you look,
respect on this man's name, man. Ruckus had a good hook. I'm telling you.
if you look at this entrance, he was clearly not the coolest part of this entrance.
He definitely. I feel like he was the genius behind that song. Probably. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely real about it. So
I don't think he wrote the other guy's lines and like him that much.
I mean, you don't know that, but I mean, I don't know that either. So.
I
But
mean,
what
like, if
I
you're,
will say, so we're not gonna make allegations here. But what I will say is that whatever this was, it was fine. The beat, the hook, the verses, everything was clicking. Everything was hitting. All right. And I haven't
Lucha,
even heard this song, and apparently it's like 3 months old.
no, they changed it at some point. I did notice that, but I didn't know what it was. But they changed it a while back.
I never heard this song before. I was like, wow, this is actually really fire. And yeah, and it's even more fire with them rapping on stage and the Lucha Brothers coming out there with their masks on and their jackets on, and it looks
These
so
came
dope.
out with Letterman jackets and these Aztec looking headdresses. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was
Yeah,
badass, man.
super cool. But yeah, don't do Ruckus like that. Don't
You
do it.
had Alex Abrahentes, I believe that's how you pronounce the name, and then the manager guy. This dude came
Yeah.
out here looking like the weekend from the Super Bowl. I couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah, indeed. Alex is dope too. I like Alex.
You're on the red suit and everything. It's
I
nuts.
do like Alex. He's great.
So then you get to the match itself, just this awesome. Like it starts off, both teams they know each other super well. They're reversing each other's moves. They're finding new counters and everything like that. Just it's a fun thing to watch. And then you get midway through the match, and I think Matt Jackson it was busted out the thumbtack sevens, man. Thumbtack
Oh,
sevens.
okay, those sneakers were. I like those sneakers. $5,000 sneakers.
Five thousand
I like
dollars,
those.
and he glued thumbtacks to the bottom of one of the shoes, not two, just one.
I like them, man. I would actually fucking buy them if they were so expensive.
Would you buy? I mean, like if they had the thumbtacks on it, or just the shoes themselves?
No, them themselves are great.
I want the thumbtacks also.
I mean, that's just if you want to walk with thumbtacks on, that's cool.
Come down looking
But
like the guy from SpongeBob.
that's cool. I mean, you can always, the benefit to having thumbtacks on the bottom of your sneaker is that if someone does piss you off, you just kind of give them an Orange Cassidy kick, and they're like, "Wow, what the fuck happened? What's going on?"
Imagine being robbed in an alleyway and you just lift up your shoe casually and threaten to stomp on the guy's foot, and he runs away,
I'm pretty
terrified.
sure. I mean, how would he try and rob you? I mean, would he just simply
You,
say, I would like to rob you. Please give me all your money and not hold up any weapons." That would happen.
but no, he would approach you, obviously holding a gun, and he'd be pointing it at you. But
No, you're getting
obviously,
shot if you're holding up a fucking shoe with thumbtacks. I'll
not
say
holding
that.
it. No, you're still wearing it, and
If you do threaten a man with a gun, you're getting shot no matter what.
no, obviously he knows that you stomping on his foot would be so much more painful, so he runs away. Obviously.
That's only in the movies, Chris. That's only in the movies.
Look, he knows he has a good chance of shooting you, but also he knows there's a 50% chance you end up stamping on his foot, getting thumbtacks on there, and he doesn't want that, so he's gonna run away.
It's called being streets. Yeah, called being street smart, running away from thumbtacks while you have a gun in your hand.
Like if someone tell me that you wouldn't find it incredibly scary and painful if someone
If
stepped on
okay,
the top of your foot with thumbtacks.
look, let's just say there was a dude pointing a gun at me, and I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna fucking stomp on your foot with my foot, and it's gonna be real painful." And I show him the thumbtacks. I'm getting a bullet to the dome.
The comment section, tell me which one is more threatening. I'm curious.
I'm getting a bullet to the fucking dome. End of my
That's the
life.
opinion.
End of my life, bro. Take a
But
life over fucking expensive ass shoe with some thumbtacks on the bottom. No, no, thank you.
frankly, I think that he would be more threatened by the energy you're exuding by threatening to stomp on his foot, even though he has a gun. I think that would be what happen.
Yes, yes, for sure. Yep.
So,
Let's write a
anyways,
story where that happens. Let's just write. Let's put it in the anime. Let's put it in Bobby Lashley the anime. It's gonna happen in that.
well, that
It'll be a
depends on what
lot
role
more.
Bobby
It'll be
Lashley's.
a lot more crazy. It'll be a lot more. The thumbtacks will look like spikes. It'll be insane. All right.
Well, it's completely unbelievable if someone's trying to rob Bobby Lashley. That just doesn't make sense.
He's gonna be walking, having his little lunch or whatever, and all of a sudden, dude with some claws comes out of nowhere, and he's just holding him up, with the claws. It's gonna be insane.
All right, well, anyways, we get to the second half of this match. After that, the Lucha Bros get a hold of the thumbtack shoes after the Young Bucks use them a little bit. Start hitting Young Bucks with it. We get to this awesome spot where it's like a super kick circle. That was pretty cool,
Super
actually.
kick party.
It was like a little game of hot potato or tag or something.
One
Just
of those
kick the
circle
guy next to
jerks.
you.
Yeah, circle jerk.
Yeah, but less sexual, obviously, and
Very sexual.
not at all actually. And then of
I
course,
mean,
it's a
speak for
cage.
yourself, Chris.
Were you CM Punk in the situation where you get a guy getting in the boner in this situation?
No, I'm talking about the guys in the ring.
I don't think they were that excited.
They
Okay,
also have feelings.
I don't think they had that feeling during this match.
John Cena does though.
And CM Punk also, but that's not the point.
If
Okay,
John Cena was in the fucking ring, he'd just be boning, dude.
I don't think he'd be boning. I mean,
he might be boning, bro.
I don't know what wrestling you're watching. It's not the same thing.
Man's got a boner. I mean, the next step is just completely boning, honestly.
Well, I mean, I think that's a completely different video on a different website. I don't know where you're watching.
That's clearly the next step in that situation. But
Yeah,
whatever.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a cage involved. There's Ray Phoenix involved. Obviously, he's jumping off the cage, and he does, and it's
He
very
was gonna
cool.
fucking double stomp from the top of the 20-foot cage. That's not good for your legs at all. Don't do that.
I don't care. I was there for it. I was very interested.
I was definitely intrigued, but his legs go snappy snappy.
Well, anyways, he didn't do it. He did the dive instead. He got caught by the Young Bucks and Penta, so everything was all good there.
Yeah.
But
That was very safe.
so I mean, at this point, obviously, there's no title changes, and you kind of have an idea. But when it actually happens in the Lucha Bros win, it was very nice. It was an awesome moment.
Honestly, I didn't know. I was like, they could do the Young Bucks, they could do the Lucha Bros. I mean, they could just do whatever in the
That gotta be
situation.
kind of weird to do a whole pay per view where no title changes happen.
You could do that though. It's not against the rules.
I mean, it's not.
I
But it
mean,
would
at
have
the end
been
of the
weird.
day, I would have done, here's what I would have had the Young Bucks win, right? And then it crushes everyone's dreams. Everyone's sad, they crying. And then, Christian wins the championship and they crying some more. And then I take him back to WWE ECW and we have a celebration.
You really wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I would do that.
And
You best be
that's
thankful I'm not Tony Khan, or else I'm not signing no people. I'm just keeping who I got. I'm just replacing them all with Christian and taking all the titles and putting them on him.
see if you were getting robbed, the robber would run away from you because he'd be so terrified of your WECW agenda that he would just run away immediately.
Yeah, I would take off my shirt and reveal my ECW shirt from 2009, and he'd be like, "Whoa, I'm scared," and then he'll drop his gun, and then he'll run away.
I thought you were gonna say that you would take off your shirt and reveal the WECW tattoo that you have on your stomach, very similar to Rey Mysterio's that he has.
But then John Cena would come in,
Oh
and
no.
then and he start boning. You know what I'm saying?
Who would he be boning? Who would he be boning in this situation?
The gun.
You gotta see out those websites, man. That's what needs to happen. Uh, anyway, so we get a recap of the first half of the show, just in case you somehow missed it. And then we get to the Casino Battle Royale, which was a pretty fun match, actually.
It was fun. I mean, there's only so much you can do with the battle royal, honestly. But they definitely did do things with the battle royal. It was interesting. One of the least interesting matches on this show, though, unfortunately.
I think one of my favorite parts were some of the autocorrect things that happened to my notes.
Oh, okay.
Start
Let's see what happened.
started off with Riho, that got autocorrected to Rico. I don't know
It
who
does
that is.
happen. Yeah, Rico's from Hannah, Montana. If you didn't know,
My favorite was Layla Hirsch. I typed in Hirsch and it autocorrected to hire him, whatever that means.
we must hire Rico from Hannah, Montana.
Oh, obviously to run the stacks down the beach. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Well, anyways, do you want me
Is
to
that
run
it?
down the? Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's just what we got from it. That we got to hire Rico for our promotion where we run a WWE ECW ripoff.
Nobody involved. No, there's WCW involved.
Honestly, I don't even. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's what we gotta do. We gotta do it.
You would think it's a good idea.
I mean,
Uh,
sounds good. Sounds good.
so, anyways, we know most of the people in this, but the most interesting part is, of course, the Joker, who ends up being Ruby Soho, the second debut of the night.
Hell
And
yeah. I'll say this. I was never the biggest fan of Ruby Riott in WWE, but that's only because I don't know what she's capable of. That's really it. They never gave her a chance. They barely did anything with her. She was in East. Was she in NXT for a little while or not?
uh, well, first of all, I noticed you're about to say ECW again, and no, she was not there. She was in
Okay.
NXT though.
Don't call me out like that, Chris. I was simply saying is East NXT. I was saying NXT the whole time.
Yeah, well, anyway, she was in NXT actually for a little bit.
Yeah, I think she could have probably benefited from being there for a little while longer, but she came to the main roster, and I don't know. I've never been huge on her, but what I will say is AEW just hasn't signed super like big name women wrestlers out there, and I think that this could be one that actually does change some stuff.
Possibly,
But
possibly.
here's the problem with this. So I feel like some of the caution from going to AEW would be that they're not getting get booked correctly because WWE, I'm not WWE, AEW just has the one women's match every Dynamite kind of thing going on, where they only give them like 5 minutes to wrestle. So it's just one of those things where they don't utilize their women in the best way possible. And even though they have a stacked roster of women that you saw on this pay per view, so it's just one of those things where I just think they have to utilize their women so like properly enough to have an actual another big star other than Britt Baker.
That's fair enough. I could definitely
As
see
Britt
that.
Baker's been put in that position since she's been signed to the company. They've always seen something in her, and that was clear when they put her on the posters and everything like that. And she was the sole woman at the press conference. That's how you know that they got all their fucking chips behind her. And then when it comes to Chris Statlander, Chris Statlander is a solid wrestler. Nyla Rose, solid wrestler. Riho, solid wrestler. Tate Conti, solid wrestler. You got these wrestlers. You got Thunder Rosa out here, getting signed, and she's a solid ass wrestler too. So I think Ruby Soho's gonna have a great time if they just fucking put together this shit and make a great ass women's division that no one's ever like, yeah, I'd rather go to WWE. That's the best place for me. WWE already has their shit together with that. I think it's time for AEW to finally do it because I
That's
think that's the only
debatable.
piece of the puzzle they're missing. That's the only piece of the puzzle they're missing right now is having a solid women's division, solid tag division, right? Solid men's division. The women's division needs better work, needs more work other than being put on dark every single week and doing absolutely nothing when you get to the TV and telling me that she has 8 wins or something like that doesn't help anything.
I think another thing that's a real crime is the fact that Sheeta was the first person who was in this match, and I didn't even realize she hadn't been on this show for like 2 months.
Yeah. Put her in the crowd when she started, not when she started, when she's
But she's
AEW.
WCW champion, yes.
when she's AEW Women's Champion, put her in the fucking crowd every week. Let her have her couple matches with her kendo stick, and then just put her to the sidelines when she loses it. How great! I mean, she may not
It's
have been there. She may not have been there. She may have been in Japan or something. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like this is just even if she was there, would they use her? Would they utilize her?
probably not. They didn't even do it when she was champion, like you said.
Yeah, would they just toss her to the side like they did Riho and just be like, "Hey, just sit down here and have a good time"? Like that's not when Riho's fucking killing it and being a great underdog against the people like Nyla Rose. You really don't just do that. You should utilize these people in the best way possible.
I mean, I don't know about Riho. I was never the biggest Riho fan. Uh, I mean, I'm a bigger fan of Hikaru Shida and Emi Sakura, people like that. I just never got into the go into a match, get bullied around for 5 minutes, and then win thing.
I'm kind of into that. I mean, I think that she's got some good potential of an underdog. That's just how it is.
I
And I
mean,
think that when she was in the ring, she had the fans behind her because people thought she was just, she's cheerable. Like people can cheer for her.
you could do the underdog thing, but this type of underdog that I prefer, like the Darby Allin style, where he's not the biggest guy, but he goes in there and he has such unpredictable offense, and he's such an interesting guy to watch. That is more entertaining. With Rio, it's more of a standard formula, and that's kind of my problem there.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. But I just think that it does work. I definitely think it works. And she can get over it real quick.
Anyways, I
And I
like
think
the
Nyla Rose needs more shit too, because when she's one of those people that got paired up with a legend for some reason, and she didn't need to be paired up with a legend at all. Because there's other people like that. You'll see him later on in the show fighting CM Punk, but besides the point, you know.
yeah, that was also one of those things where she maybe should have been in a more prominent position. I also think it's kind of weird. Like I'm happy that Ruby was here, and I like that she's in the division now. I don't know if I would have had her win this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have too, but wait, you're saying Rio shouldn't have won this?
No, Ruby.
Oh, Ruby. Okay. Look,
I am. Don't get me wrong.
I'm kind of into her just being kind of put in the top spot. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I feel like it kind of looks weird that like you have all these people here that have been here, and like you could put in that position, and you go with a new person, like right off the bat. It's
Like,
not the
who
worst
would
thing
you
in the world.
go? Who would you go with if it wasn't Ruby?
Look, Jade Cargill. It might be a little bit too soon, but she's obviously
No,
been on a bit of a streak. Uh, you could push potentially if you wanted to. Uh, not Penelope Ford. You could do Thunder Rosa too. You could do that.
not Penelope Ford. What?
I said not that one, but Rosa. You can do another match with them. So I'd like to see Emi Sakura back. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm cool with Thunder Rosa. I'm not really a big fan of Emi Sakura. I'm gonna be honest. Penelope's cool, but she can be. She needs some work on her. Like, she needs to be a little more solid in the ring. 'Cause sometimes she just kind of botches things and it looks kind of sloppy. And yeah, Jake Cargill is just a big woman that could definitely do some shit for sure. But I just want to see more from her in the ring to really get a better outlook on that. I think Tate Conti's been working her ass off though. I think she's been improving so much. I think Thunder Rosa would be a good pick for that as well. So there's
Yeah,
women out there that you can choose. And even a Riho coming back and getting one wouldn't be bad at all. But
yeah, Tay Conti also would be good to see.
yeah, she
Once
is
again,
good.
want to reiterate.
Nyla Rose for one was dominating on most of this match too. So
I know, but she like just had a title match like a couple weeks ago. So I wouldn't go with
that
her.
is true. That is true. That is true. But
But
yeah,
Ruby, like I said, don't have a
I'm not mad
problem
at
with her
Ruby.
winning. I just don't know if that's what I would have gone with. I am interested to see though how her career in AEW does go.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Ruby at all. Honestly, I think Ruby's great. So I think we should. I think that her theme song is fire. You know, her presence is fire right now. And I think I just want to hear more, or like see more of her. That's really it.
Well, moving on, we get to Jericho versus MJF, potentially the final match of Jericho.
Wasn't
As
excited for this match. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't hyped for it.
Me neither. I was like half and half on this. Like I was interested in the idea of it being Jericho's last match because that adds an element of interest to it. But the prospect of MJF and Jericho 3 wasn't that much of an interesting thing for me, especially a
Just
little
a
bit later in the
mild.
show.
It was like a mild excitement.
You know, honestly, I thought this was pretty good. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I feel like once MJF gets out of this Chris Jericho feud, he'll be a bigger deal. I just think right now he's kind of trapped right now.
I think it should be over at this point. There's no
It should be
reason.
over now, yeah. But I hope he's fucking done with this so that we can move on. Like, I want him to get back to those things where he's just fighting Jungle Boy and having a good ass match, and I mean sometimes just going on and having a great feud with somebody other than Chris Jericho. That's really it.
I'm very interested to see where he goes after this because, he has plenty of momentum, even though he didn't win here. I think he still has plenty of momentum, especially since it was more of a not so clean win, I would say. But
Yeah.
yeah. So this match starts off. MJF does the countdown entrance and counts down to Jericho's last match being put on the Titantron, which is pretty cool. I like that. And
Oh,
then
that was really good.
Jericho has his bassist from his band, I believe, playing him out to Fozzy.
Look,
And
I liked it, but a
uh,
bit, a bit too. The sound of it was a bit annoying.
my favorite part of that whole thing was, is I enjoyed the guy playing the song. I thought was funny though was you could clearly tell people were not ready for this, that they did not know the words to the song.
Yeah, that was good too. I mean, it was just one of those things where it was a little like it peaked a mic of some kind. Is how it sounded.
You could tell. I mean, look, it's not for everybody, but
Bit gritty, you know. I guess it's
it's.
how it's supposed to be, but I mean, just like you
I
know,
mean, it might just be because
like
it's not.
dank. It's a little too dank. It sounded a little too dank, you know.
I think it might be just because it's not surrounded by the rest of the song. It sounds kind of weird on its own. That could just be it.
Yeah, a bit dank at times, but it was fine. It was cool.
Anyway, we get to the actual match here, and it's pretty standard Jericho MJF stuff. Jericho's arms being worked over. You have a part where MJF gets power bombed on the apron, and he sells back injuries. You have both of them selling an injury on a certain body part, and
Yeah.
eventually get to a point where I think MJF goes for a pin, but Jericho gets his leg on a rope. However, he doesn't see it. Calls for the match, but good old Paul comes out. Not Paul White, the
All
referee
white.
Paul.
Well, it's a
Gets
long wild road and I'm just getting started.
Yes, the Big Show. Paul White came out and he
Got the
said,
world in the palm of my hand.
and said, "Well, Albert, you didn't see that his leg was on the rope." And she said, "Yeah, no, restarted the match actually."
Yeah.
Anyways, match restarts. You get some quick action from both of them, and Jericho eventually wins with, I think it was the Lion's Hammer, if I'm not mistaken.
If you want to call it that.
I mean, it was more of the Walls of Jericho. He didn't do the Lion's Hammer part, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely the wolves, I would say.
So next up, we get to
The Lions
well,
walls.
anyways, Jericho wins. Obviously, get a good celebration with the Inner Circle, who, in
Getting their
case you
circle came
forgot,
out.
I keep forgetting Jake Hager's around, by the way, just because he's not around that much. Same thing with Sam Guevara.
I keep forgetting the inner circle exists. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
Hopefully they
that's
do.
just unfortunate, like I said. But
I
in
hope they do
previous
more for this.
reviews. Yeah, I hope so. I hope they do some shit. I think it's kind of weird seeing them as baby faces. That's one thing.
That is.
But I mean, their heel thing was kind of getting a little old. So
I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But next up, we get
maybe
to
they do something with
everyone's.
the elite, possibly.
I don't think they're going to do that now.
I mean, the elites are heels. They're not heels, but they're a group of people.
I know, but they're not going to do it now because they have. I mean, we'll get to it, but they have more stuff going on.
They can do a war games at some point, though.
And we'll see where that goes. But for now, we get to everybody's most anticipated match of the night. CM Punk returns after 7 years against Darby Allin.
Was that the
And
war games that they did? Hold on. Was the inner circle and elite thing an actual war games before?
it was Blood and Guts, is what it was.
Yeah, blood and guts, same thing.
Uh, no, I don't remember if it's the same exact thing, but that's
Who
what they
was in
call
the
it.
team? Who was in the team though? Was that the
Inner,
teams involved?
Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle.
Oh, the pinnacle. Okay, so the elite could
Originally,
join them. Yeah,
originally it was going to be the league, so it was supposed to be last year, but then COVID happened.
yeah.
But anyways, we get to Punk versus Darby, And I think we all got our expectations up a little bit too much here. This man hasn't been in the ring for 7 years. Yeah, I
Well,
think
I
we all.
knew it wasn't going to be a good match. I mean, I knew. I mean, it was a good match. Don't get it twisted. But I knew it wasn't going to be a fantastic 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. Maybe it was 3-star, but not 4-star. Right?
Yeah, I mean, look, for now it's okay because we're still at a point where we're so just excited to see CM Punk wrestle again. So it's not an amazing match here,
Yeah.
but it was not. This is more of a slowed down, more of an old school wrestling match than it was anything else.
Yeah, I definitely did. I enjoyed certain parts. I didn't enjoy some other parts, but I did understand what they were doing, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool.
I liked it. It wasn't. I was hoping to be. I mean, realistically, I should have known it was going to be match of the night, but in my head, I thought it might be. But I still enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean,
I
obviously,
I think CM Punk, man, he's gonna be a fucking. I can't wait to see him against other people too, like besides Darby.
you know, I really hope, by the way, that's not just CM Punk doing the same thing John Cena did in his match with Roman Reigns, where he just kind of plays the highlights every match. I hope it's not going to be that because
Yeah,
it's kind of what it was here. That might be because he's still getting used to it, and that's fine. But
he's
I hope
definitely
that's
getting used to it. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that eventually he'll come into his own. He'll feel a lot more comfortable, and eventually just kind of he'll start having some good feuds. I'll say that.
Well, speaking of getting comfortable, by the way, I think I gotta get comfortable with CM Punk in tight pants. That one caught me
Yeah,
off
me
guard.
too. I was like, oh no, why is he not wearing his trunks?
I mean, there was variation. It's kind of the same design. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, I gotta get used to it too. It kind of feels a little not him.
Yeah, well, for now, I'm sure once we see it more, it'll be good.
But the
But
real question is, when am I gonna get that ice cream bar?
when you go to a show, I guess.
Don't say that to me. I'm gonna buy one for $1,000 on eBay.
Well, if it's always one.
Somebody sell your ice cream bar for $1,000 on eBay. I'll buy it from you.
Is it like an ice cream bar like on a stick, or is it like a cookie sandwich type deal? Like, you know what it
I don't
is?
know. Probably not. It's probably on the stick, honestly.
I
I
still
doubt
the
CM Punk's a cookie sandwich kind of guy.
I just love the idea of you getting the ice cream bar in the mail. And it's just this whole thing of melted ice cream sloshing around the stick.
Don't curse me like that. I'm gonna get a nice ice cream where it's not melted.
Pay $1,000 for a puddle of ice cream in a bag.
Bullshit. No, it's gonna be completely frozen, crisp, nearly dead ice cream that I'll put in the freezer immediately.
You better hope.
Yeah. So what's gonna
But,
happen? So I spent $1,000 on it. You're giving me some good ice cream, man.
okay, well, anyway, CM Punk wins, of course, with the
Or else I'm
GTS.
gonna show you my WWE ECW T-shirt and
Yeah,
show you what's up, man. I'll show you what's up.
no one wants that.
No.
Whatever. So CM Punk wins. A very solid match here. And
And then
they do a
John C will
nice,
bone your gun.
no one's boning anything. CM Punk and Darby Allin and Sting have a nice little show of respect after this. And that's basically all it was.
But yeah, Sting definitely should never have been paired with Darby. But I mean, what else are you gonna do Sting? Like, what else are you gonna give Sting?
I
Really?
mean, look, it was fun at first. Now it's getting old.
And I thought, hey, you're here. It's gonna happen like a. And actually, no, I knew it was gonna be a father son thing. But besides the point, I just feel like he was already over. Like he was already over with the fans. The fans already loved him. He was getting over organically, and then you said, "How about we give him Sting?" And then that's kind of drained that out of him a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it too much. For me, it's not weighing him down, but I can see
It
how it
just
will
kind of
bother
feels
you.
it feels awkward.
I see how it
You see
bothers you.
Sting walking behind him, and it's just like not doesn't feel like the old Darby. Just the old Darby just come skateboarding down the ring, beat some ass, leave. That's a lot more badass than here's my dad Sting, and I'm coming down to the ring to kick your ass.
I think my biggest problem is that because they're paired together now, they get fudged awkwardly into like tag team matches where it's basically a Sting attraction show. That's
Yeah,
kind of
he's
my
up in the rafters too. He's just they're putting okay. So he was just Darby Allen before doing Darby Allen things, and now he's Sting Jr. That's just how it is.
Sting Hut Jr.
Yeah, he's Sting Jr. right now, and that's just how it is. It's not going to change. And maybe it will change. Who knows? But I hope it changes.
He
Hope so.
can't be with Sting forever.
I hope so. One day he'll turn on Sting. I'll be like, why are you even here? Bash his head against the fucking mat or something.
I don't think all that's gonna happen, but I think eventually Sting's just gonna be like, fly free, my son.
Fly free. You didn't need me ever, and I didn't help you really, but fly free, dude.
But this is fun for me, I guess.
Yeah, I walked behind you a couple times. That was pretty cool.
But at least we get to a quick announcement that Full Gear will take place November 13th next time on a Saturday. So it won't be like
Ooh,
this.
year.
And then we get to everyone's most anticipated match of the night, QT Marshall versus Paul White. And the shortest match of the night, actually. Probably the shortest pay.
Well, it's been a long while, bro, and I'm just getting started. I got the world in the palm of my hands.
Gee, thank you for that. Uh,
Oh, I
but
got some
that's my
new
thought
things
process.
in mind. New shoes, new rules, new. I'm just getting Big Show.
Whatever. Okay,
You got
so
new shoes, Chris.
he had a new singlet.
New shoes.
And new singlet.
No, his song. It's the new shoes that he's got.
I'm impressed. Even know one lyric,
And
actually.
new rules. New rules, too.
Good for
They
him.
really did go full lyrical miracle on that shit, did they?
Kind of.
Lyrical, spiritual. They went on that shit.
Right, well, regardless, this match was
What rhymes
gracefully.
with rules? Shoes.
No, it doesn't actually.
What rhymes with rules? Book.
Man,
What rhymes with rule? Drool. He got new drool. Yeah.
what rhymes with rules? Drip.
Yeah. He's got a new pool. He's got new rules. He's got new shoes.
None of these things actually rhyme, by the way.
He's got new boobs.
He had a new singlet. Okay, he had a new singlet. It was kind of cool.
New
Uh,
tools.
so let's be honest with each other here. Listen,
He's cool.
you brainstorm in the background if you want. Well, let's be honest here. No one
New
was
stool.
going in. At this point in the night, everyone was kind of like, look, we got Punk versus Darby. We got Kenny Omega in the main event. Kind of just want to get there. And it was very easy for a match like QT versus Paul to really overstay its welcome. But thankfully
Yeah.
it didn't. It was 5 minutes. That's all it needed to be.
Nah,
Big
this made
Show
me
won.
tired. I just had to see this man QT Marshall come out here looking like a priest. And he didn't
But
look like
this,
a priest. He looked like he was trying to be Triple H, but
he
didn't
looked like
quite
he
get
just
the
got back from a
costume right.
workout.
Yeah, he never really got the costume right for the Triple H outfit. And he came
Ex-
out here and he had a shit match.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. Personally, what do you expect from the Big Show or Paul White in his
But I
50s?
wanted. Here's what I expected from QT Marshall. I expected QT Marshall to go in there and superplex the Big Show from the top turnbuckle, and he didn't do that. So I mean, I'm just gonna say disappointment of a match. 1 star, 0 stars. Yeah, 0 stars. I'm Dave Meltzer. What's nice to meet you. And yeah, he looks like a priest. I just don't appreciate it.
You know what? You know what my favorite thing about this match was? It went for 5 minutes. It was quick and it didn't drag on for too long. That's all it needed to do. And that's all it should have been. And I'm happy
It's
about
a
that.
little, yeah, I don't know. But what I'm gonna say is, it was definitely a short match, but it definitely threw off my mojo. So I was a little tired at this point.
Well, look, let's be completely honest here. This match really shouldn't have been here on the show at all. But if it's gonna be here, at least it was gratefully short, okay?
I definitely feel like the show did drown the crowd a little bit. Even during the CM Punk match, I did feel like the crowd just wasn't into shit that much. You know, they were only into the end of things that were happening and not like the middle of them.
They were surprisingly quiet. I don't know if it's because they got tired halfway through, but eventually they just got very quiet for everything.
Like they were a crowd at the end where they just wanted to see the result, and then once the result happened, they would cheer. But before the result happened, they were kind of just a cruiserweight championship match from Raw. That's what they were.
Basically, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I get it kind of. By the middle of Christian Omega, I was kind of just tired. I wanted it to be over.
Yeah,
So I kind of got it. But I mean, I would just felt like if you're in the ground live, it would have been more interesting and energetic.
yeah, for sure.
So moving on, we get to the Malachi Black promo before the main event. He has a match
Well,
with
they
Dustin.
showed off a little card or something before that.
Oh yeah, they announced a couple matches like Minoru Suzuki, of course, John Moxley, uh, Dustin versus Malachi, and they just reconfirmed that Pac will face Andrade on Friday, and that's really it.
Yeah, I had no idea about Dustin Rhodes and Malachi, but that's because I didn't watch Dynamite, I guess, or something.
You missed Rampage, I'm assuming.
Oh, Rampage. I missed Rampage. Yes.
Well, I mean, anyways, it should be fun seeing Malachi beat down on Dustin for a little bit.
But did I miss Rampage? Yeah, maybe.
I mean, we didn't review it this week, so possible.
You think we missed? Yeah, I think we did miss Rampage. Okay. The
Anyway,
fan page can't happen without Rampage.
not this week, maybe next week. We'll
Yeah,
see.
maybe we'll get a Rampage fan page next week. See, that rhymes right there. Well, not really. It's just the word page. That's at the end of them. But
I
besides the
mean,
point, okay.
it rhymes more than new rules, new shoes. Okay.
Whatever, dude.
So next up, we get
Did
to
Ruckus make that song, dude?
that makes sense actually about why it's bad. That makes more sense.
I think Ruckus did make that song, but I'm not gonna shit on his name if he didn't make that song.
That's silly.
There are certain things. Okay, look, I'll say this. I'll say this about Ruckus. He makes some good songs, and he makes some really bad songs. I don't know what it is. There's no middle ground. Well, maybe there is a middle ground. Sometimes he makes
There
all right
isn't.
songs.
There is
Yeah,
not
he
a
makes
middle ground.
all right songs. Yeah, he makes shit songs. Like, he just goes down to shit, like a shit emoji, like the little poop emoji. And then you got up there is like the great songs. And he has a couple great songs, a couple alright songs, a couple of shit songs. That's just how it is.
For me, it's good or forgettable, and most of it's like
And
30, 70.
I'm not gonna forget this song really. So I mean, where would this song fit? I guess it was saying good in your book, but in my book, I say it's shit. So it's down there because I wouldn't forget the song.
Tell me that you can remember. Uh, Tell me that you can remember Ali's theme song right now. You can.
Well, that's forgettable.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this song that was not unforgettable. Like this song, I like the Big Show song or whatever. Yeah, the Big Show song. I think that's just I can remember that all day.
All right. Well, main
It's
event
just
time.
not good. Just not good.
Omega versus Christian. That Christian team looked kind of cool than the one he had. I like that one.
Yeah. What if it was? What if it had? Okay, so hear me out. Okay. What if it was black? Okay. What if it was black?
I know where this is going, so it's already bad.
And then in the middle of it,
It's already
right?
terrible.
In red letters, it's just in red letters, white letter, whatever you want. It says EDW.
In that case, I would hate it.
I mean, there's some new rules for that though.
Anyways, main event time. It was all right. This match was all right. It wasn't as interesting as it could have been. It was all right.
But what if it took place in an ECW ring?
Still not great.
You're wrong, Chris.
Look,
You'll
I've been
need some
watching.
new shoes. For that
By
one.
this point, I've been watching the show for 3.5 hours. Okay, I was tired. I just wanted to go get something to eat. This was
Go get something to eat. It was 12 o'clock at night, Chris, or at midnight.
11. It was 11:30.
11:30. You were looking for something to eat, Chris.
Yeah, because I hadn't eaten for like a couple hours by that point.
A couple hours of not eating, and you're just looking for something. You're starving,
I
starving
hadn't
your
eaten
ass off.
since like what yesterday, since like 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's. I mean, that's a long time. Yeah, it's definitely a long time. I mean, I'm just not eating at 11 because I got some issues, but that's besides the point.
It was 8 hours. I was just like, man, I kind of just want to get something to eat after this.
Yeah,
And,
I can feel you, dude. I do feel you.
and like we kind of, it doesn't help the match either that we've seen it already on Rampage. So
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. This match,
Did they boo Christian when they announced his name?
I don't think so.
They literally, I think they booed this man when they said Christian, and then they sheared Kenny Omega.
That's incorrect. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't understand what the fuck was going on with Chicago at the end of this show. Like they changed fucking. They were on top of the world, and then it was just boo, fuck Christian. Like I don't know. That's just how I felt.
Obviously, they're Vince McMahon in disguise. They also hate Christian.
Yeah, apparently they just want to put a blue dot over his face. I don't understand.
They do. Yeah, I just want to fire that guy. They don't know
It's
what it
never gonna
is.
happen under my control if I was under control.
It's just
So
something about
what
Christian
I'm
they don't like.
saying, is Tony Khan's gotta hire me because I'll make the show what it needs to be.
I will pay Tony Khan a crisp $20 to not do that. Actually,
$20.
yeah, $20.
What if I robbed you for that $20?
But with John Cena, it depends. Is John Cena there?
Yes.
Then fine, I won't do it.
All right. All right. I would never rob you for your $20 anyway. For the record.
Like I don't know how desperate you are for WCW to come back. Okay,
Very. I mean, I think it's gonna come back real soon though. You see those NXT commercials?
I have seen them. Yes,
If you look really closely in like the colors,
you don't see
you'll
ECW.
zoom in
You
and
do
you'll
not see
see
ECW. Do not even try to tell me you see ECW.
WWE CW. I saw it with my own two eyes.
You gotta get those eyes checked, there, man. There was no ECW anywhere.
No, I know what I saw.
Look, regardless,
It may
mentions
have been a dream, but I know what I saw.
Kenny Omega won the match, and kind of quick, not a quick promo. This pointy attacked Christian along with the rest of the elite
Boo. See, why were they booing Christian? He's a nice guy.
for no reason. That's for no reason.
Exactly. Exactly.
Then Jurassic
Maybe I'm
Express
making it
came
up.
out.
Maybe I'm just making that up though.
Jurassic Express came out. They also got beat down. And then at this point, Kenny Omega cuts a promo, says that the other people that could beat me are either not here, they're already dead. And who is already dead? Adam Cole, and he's here.
Baby.
He came out. He teased turning on the elite, teased getting them back for trying to kill him. But he actually turned on Jurassic Express. He's in the elite now.
You know, this is the first time we get the chance to talk about Adam Cole
I know.
on a podcast episode.
Yeah, no. This is the first time.
You wanna know why? Because NXT, that's why.
Yeah, we don't watch that show usually.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck's going on over there. We don't want to know anymore. At this point, I'm just not interested. So,
Did you watch the new Being the Elite? Because if so, I'm gonna need you to explain why he's okay with almost being murdered.
um, so, so they sat around in a circle, holding hands and saying satanic things, and like like that, you know.
Mm.
And basically, what their whole point was they needed an extra member. They had the two tag teams. They had Kenny Omega, and Kenny just felt bad, you know. He just felt bad. And he said, "Look, we need numbers. We need to bring back an old friend of ours, somebody who's not here anymore, and to help out with the elite." Right? That was his whole point. So they did that, and it just didn't work. Didn't work at all. Everyone left on him. They called him a loser. They said, "Kenny, you're a fucking dumbass. I'm out of here. You have a small dick. Oh, fuck you." And then basically, and then they were like telling him to suck his. They were telling them to blow each other. Yeah, they were like going and blowing each other. And then like John Cena was there and boning each other. Whatever. Besides the point. Okay.
Are you sure you watched the
Uh,
right Being the Elite?
besides the point. So Kenny leaves. Kenny leaves the candles alone. Kenny leaves the picture alone. And later on, like a little later, who wakes up in that spot in the arena? None other than Adam Cole, baby. Right? He's in there. He's like, wow. It's been 4 years. What the fuck? And that's the Adam Cole we got, man. The Adam Cole I didn't know. I mean, I guess he might have known. No, I don't think he knew. Yeah, I don't think he knew. He didn't know that they like killed him or whatever. So he's just out there, and I guess he came out to be their friend again.
Right, fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yep.
But you know who wasn't there to be their friend? Good old Brian Danielson. It's not there
Yeah.
for.
Okay. So yeah, exactly. So they were like, "Look, the elite's gonna be the best fucking thing going on in pro wrestling, bro. No one's gonna be able to stop us. We're the best." And then, I mean, who wants to stop him? None other than Brian Danielson, clearly, with his awesome theme song.
This dude came out with a trap remix of Flight of the Valkyries. Okay,
Yeah,
what else do you
man.
want from him?
That is the shit right there. That shit's awesome.
Man,
I definitely knew they were not going to bring Final Countdown to AEW. I knew it for sure, dude.
I was kind of
For
hoping for
sure.
AWOL Nation personally, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I made a video with AWOL Nation and the song. I'm not going to release that video as his entrance, but because it's not that good of a video, to be honest with you. But besides the point, it was fine.
All right, well,
Anyway, he came out looking like a badass. He got into the ring, and they all started kicking each other's ass. And then, yeah.
Danny Bryan did some yes kicks in the corner. He ran away after a little bit of a beating there. I think it was Carl Anderson who took the brunt of it, if I'm not wrong about that. Or was it Matt Jackson? I think it was one of the Jacksons, actually.
Yep.
Somebody.
Anyway, this just felt fucking good. Like the whole show. So think about this. CM Punk returns to wrestle, basically. Ruby Soho debuts on AEW. Good name for the Women's division. Adam Cole rejoins the Elite. That's good for the Elite. That's good for Adam Cole.
Good
Yeah,
for us.
Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, Brian Danielson out there. Yeah, good for everybody. Good for the fans, dude. Good for the fans, man. I feel good about whatever happened. But yeah, Brian Danielson comes out and he's a big time dude for this company right now. Honestly,
Yeah.
a big get right there. And I mean, I just can't wait to see all the matches that are possibilities right now because I just want to see one of the matches that came to my mind was Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy. I want to see that shit because that shit would be really dope, and it looks like it's gonna happen soon. So
Yeah, I mean, besides being a fantastic wrestling show, this pay-per-view, it also set up some amazing stuff for the future. And that's
yeah,
why it earns a double thumbs up, the highest rating from
at
me.
this point, yeah, double thumbs up is probably a fitting rating because I'll do the same thing. I'm going to give it a double thumbs up as well. But yeah, this definitely felt more like so. It was called AEW All Out, but they have a pay per view called Revolution. It could be a revolution, dude. This felt like a revolution. That's what it felt like the start of a revolution, not like the whole revolution, but the start of it for sure.
Like some sort of New World Order or something, actually.
Maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit. But yeah, it started off great, ended off great. What more do you really want from a show? And then all the matches were really good. Like sometimes AW does pay per views, and all the matches, some of the matches are good, some of the matches are kind of not good, kind of garbage. And this wasn't one of those pay per views, except for QT Marshall Big Show, but that's whatever.
I don't forget that, so it's like 5 minutes. It wasn't even that long.
Yeah. You don't want me to sing the song again, do you?
No, I don't. I would like you to not do that.
I mean, I could just spit some lyrics, you know.
I would rather watch WECW than hear those lyrics again.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, anyway, this is huge for pro wrestling in general because it just makes me more excited for what's gonna happen. And it made me realize more of how WWE is garbage. And I think most of that comes down to I think AW knows how to use these people better than WWE would at that point. I feel like WWE just doesn't allow for this to happen, like stuff like this to happen.
Yeah, basically. They're
Like I feel like we gotta see what happens. I want to see if they book them properly. I want to see what the fuck happens because it's very possible they just don't get booked properly and it's just shit. But yeah, I just have faith in AW. That's just really it.
yeah, you too. And with that said, I think that's basically it for this review.
All right, cool. Yeah. Do you want me to go away with the plugs right now? Shoot them out.
Sure.
All right. I hear fireworks outside my house, which is
Someone
all
shooting you
because
out.
AEW was a great show, and they're very much celebrating the fact that Brian Danielson, and Adam Cole, and Ruby Soho, and all of them came to AEW. And yeah. I mean, I know Adam Cole is fucking happy because I saw his media scrum. He's super happy, man. Because that was a fucking big move right there. Because he was just fucking. He had the things coming from AEW and WWE at the same time. So him choosing to go with his friends and shit like that, it's kind of like wholesome in a way, a little bit, you know.
Very wholesome.
Yeah, a little bit. He wants to be with his wife too. So yeah,
Girlfriend, I think.
or girlfriend. My bad. Okay, girlfriend or dentist girlfriend, wife. You're right. Whatever. Partner. I could say partner. That's the same thing, right?
Sure.
Yeah, partner. All right. But yeah, it's kind of that's just nice. It's just nice to see. A lot of people being happy with where they're at in the company. But yeah. You want me to plug away? You said.
Yes.
All right. Follow us wherever you can. All right. Every single social media platform. We're everywhere. Um, Wrassle Graps everywhere. You know their name. Podcasting platforms are everywhere as well. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on there. Follow on Spotify. Do all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell wherever you possibly can. Subscribe on YouTube. Like on YouTube. Leave a comment on YouTube. Share everything that you possibly can. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.